I'm down at the sugar house right now. Warren is actually inside boiling for once. He is boiling while it's still daylight outside. So it is 60 degrees today. It has been an absolute roller coaster in terms of the weather and temperature around here. And I think it's either tomorrow night, I believe, it's supposed to drop down into the teens again. So like I said, just a roller coaster of temperatures, but the season has been going good. He is boiling, so we are actually going to head inside and maybe he'll give us a little tour.
It's almost all gone. It only lasts like 5 minutes. It's about 6:30. I just fired up the evaporator. I'm just waiting for the sap to heat up. Just a few hot moments. We'll have some fresh syrup coming off. Last night was actually golden. I was surprised. I'm surprised it's not turning into amber or dark yet, but. So this is our auto draw. As soon as the syrup is up to temperature, it'll automatically start coming out. Still got 5 more degrees to go. We'll fill one side at a time. Once this side is full, I'll just switch it from that side to this side. I'll add the filter aid in, mix it up, and then just keep switching back and forth all night long. I'm just waiting for syrup to draw off. Not much happening right now. This is our Mira 300 horsepower steam boiler. I just kicked it on high fire. I always let it run for like a half hour on low fire until the whole system is up to temperature. That way I'm not shocking the boiler. So now that it's on high fire, it should start making syrup really fast. Once syrup starts coming out of the evaporator, it'll make about 300 gallons of syrup an hour. And that's running the concentrate at about 25 to 26 bricks. So the steam is coming in through that 4-inch, the big pipe, the 4-inch pipe, goes through this manifold into all these 1-inch lines. So each line feeds a 1-inch stainless pipe inside here. So this is one loop, it goes down and back. This is another loop, goes down and back, and then that's the bottom loop, comes down and back. And the condensate goes into the bottom there and it just gets pushed back into the feed tank. The boiler feed tank. First draw of the night, Nikki. That's what working like a slave turns into. So far, it looks like the season's coming to an early end. The season started actually a week later than last year, but we haven't had too many freezes. And it's only the beginning of March, and we've had 2 70-degree days so far, and the sap output basically slowed right in half. And if it freezes again, I don't know if the trees will even run much more after that. They might just say they're done. And then that'll be it. It'll be a wrap. We'll just have to ride it out to the very end. A couple more days. But who knows, if it freezes hard, everything might come back to life and keep on going until middle of April. Adding my divider plate because I'm only going to fill probably 10 barrels tonight. So far, we're at a half gallon a hole. Trying to get to 7 pounds. It's never happened in the Boxer Maple history, but it might happen this year. Yeah, I don't know. I think we have 100 drums left to fill. Which, yeah, if once it freezes, if the trees keep on running, there's a good chance we'll fill them all, but I don't know. We'll know more in a couple days. But it looks like it's barely freezing, and that's not going to be enough to get the sap going again. Good 0-degree day would help out. The syrup is at 222 because someone started panicking and closed all the valves and made a rash decision instead of just hitting the button in the back of this to actually turn it on. So then I wasn't paying attention and the syrup got too hot, so now it's drawing off a little bit heavy. But it's still extra light. Look how light that syrup is. That's part of the reason why we bought a steam evaporator. It makes pretty much all golden syrup. This year it's a little backwards though. I mean, this year we made probably 100 barrels of golden. This is my last tub of cotton candy. This is the last little piece. I gotta make more. I couldn't resist. Order tonight and you'll have a fresh batch. I've started the boiler up about an hour ago now. This is gonna be the second tub it's drawn off. It always takes quite a while before it starts drawing off, just like it has to heat up the whole system. But once it starts drawing off, it pretty much draws off just like that all night long. When the boiler's running at full throttle and all the tubes inside the evaporator are clean, this thing puts out about 300 gallons an hour. And this year, the niter buildup hasn't been bad at all, so this thing's been putting out about 300 gallons all night long. So it draws off into this tub. We'll add the filter aid powder in it, and then we run it through the filter press, but eventually the filter press can't keep up. And sometimes I gotta shut the boiler down and just pause for a minute and let everything catch up. So the filter press pumps it into this bricks tank where it constantly measures the density of the syrup. And when the density's right on, we put it in the barrels. And then we got an overflow valve, so when the barrel's full, it'll come out that second hose, and it tells you the barrel's full, and then you just switch it, shut the pump off, switch it quick, and continue on. Actually, I could switch this over. So as long as the syrup is between 66, 67.5 bricks, you can pump it into the barrel. If it's too thin, the syrup could spoil, and if it's too thick, it'll form sugar crystals. Yep, once it starts, it doesn't stop. It's actually getting hotter. It's at 225. And no, I didn't have the valve closed for 5 minutes and then just opened it up. I finally got the boiler tuned in. It's actually good it's drawing off heavy, just to thicken this up because it drew off way too light at first. So it's actually right on right now. Just gotta add more filter aid. Just gotta open a new bag of filter aid. It's called diatomaceous earth. So this white powder is the filter aid, and from what I understand, it's basically ground up rock that's turned into dust. And this actually acts as the filter. This helps catch all the sediment in the filter press. Without this powder, you'd only be able to put maybe a couple gallons through the filter press. but we're able to get, the most I ever got through that 20-inch press was 39 barrels. So I gotta add about 4 gallons worth of filter aid for every tub. I figure this is about a half gallon. And here's my drill, mix it up. A lot of food processing plants use this diatomaceous earth to filter food. Breweries, wineries. So now that this is mixed up, I can start pumping it into the filter press. So it's already, the valve's already changed. So that filter aid goes into the press and it'll actually get caught in these plates. So that filter aid actually prevents the sediment from getting to the paper. Because once the sediment hits the paper, it plugs the paper instantly. So as long as you keep a good amount of filter aid in it, you'll get a lot of syrup through this. You can see 2 of me now in the reflection. Well, thanks for joining me. I'll be here for another month, I hope. As long as it starts freezing. Otherwise, I'll only be here another couple days.